Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today my name is corset, and in this channel I share pattern drafting, tutorial videos on how to cut and sew, and personal vlogs about myself. So if you're a new member here, this is the first time you're seeing any of our videos, you are especially welcome. On today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to draft a bodice block. As a fashion designer, it's very important that you learn how to draft the basic bodice block for all the dresses that you're going to be making. And without a bodice block, you can't really effectively draft out all these bustier, corsets, and all of that we are currently making. So if you're interested in knowing how to draft the bodice block, you have to keep watching this video, and let's go straight to this tutorial. Welcome back, guys. These are the materials we're going to be using for this tutorial. We have the ruler, the scissors, the curve ruler, the marker, the tape, and as well the measurement. On the measurement, I have the half length for the front, for the back, the chest width, the back width, the shoulder, the bust, the waist, the under bust, the bust span, the bust point, and as well the arm side. I'm going to be showing you what the arm side is in the process of this video. So guys, let's just place all these things aside now, then we'll go ahead to start this tutorial. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be ruling a line here, which is going to serve as my starting line and as well as the shoulder line. Right now I'll also rule a line on this other side, just the way you see me doing it. I'm also going to rule a line here. After ruling this line, guys, I'm going to be dividing my pattern paper into two. So I'm just going to get the center of my pattern paper and I will rule a line across, because I'm going to be drafting the front and the back piece at the same time on this pattern paper that you see on the table. So I'm just going to rule the line like this. I will be using this for the front and this for the back. Right now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to label it the center front and the shoulder line for the back. So right now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the horizontal measurement for the front piece. So I'm just going to place my tape on the shoulder line like this, and I will measure down to the bust point, which is 10.5 inches. And I will take it to the under bust, which is 16.5 inches. I will do the same thing on this other side, and after which I'm going to connect the dots and just rule the horizontal lines. After doing this, guys, I'm going to move to this side where I'll be drafting the back piece, and I will do the same thing. But for the back, I'm going to be using here as my starting point, and I will just measure from the shoulder to the half length of the back. The back half length is 15 inches. You see, the back is actually shorter than the front, guys. Our back and front is not the same. So whenever you're taking your measurement, don't ever take the same thing that you have for the back for the front. So right now, guys, I'll come to the front piece again. I will go to the shoulder line and take my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and after that I will come here and measure about 3 inches. So I'm trying to create the neck now. Measure 3 inches wide and 3 inches long, and with the curve ruler I'm going to make a curve there. You see, guys, after making this curve, this point that I have here, which is the shoulder point line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch so I can make the shoulder slope. So now I'm just going to create a sloping line. Guys, after doing this for the front, I will go ahead and do the same thing for the back piece. So I'm just going to take the shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 8 inches. Then I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'll come here again and take 3 inches wide, and for this back I'll be taking only 1 inch deep. So I'm just going to go down by 1 inch to create the back neckline. So I'm also going to use the curve ruler to create the neckline there, and after that I'm going to rule the sloping line for the shoulder. So guys, after doing this, the next step now is for me to rule the arm side line, and the arm side is the length we have from the shoulder to the underneath of our arm, just exactly what you are seeing in this picture. and for this case it is 8 inches, so that's what I'm going to be measuring. I'm just going to put my tape on this part here, and I'll measure down 8 inches, and I'm going to rule a horizontal line. After ruling this line, guys, I'm just going to make sure the point I have is actually 8 inches. You see, I'm just going to make the 8 inches, then I'll connect from the shoulder to meet the line. After doing that for the front, I'll do exactly the same thing to the back. I'll measure down 8 inches, then rule a horizontal line and connect it to meet the line. So these lines now is going to be called the chest line. So this line we just ruled now are the chest line. After doing that, guys, I'm going to come to the front piece, and I will take what I have. This line, you see, is 8 inches, so I will get the center of it, which is 4 inches. Then I'll bring my measurement, and the chest width I have here, this is the chest width. This is how to take your chest width, and the chest width I have is 13 inches. I'm going to be dividing it by 2. I have 6.5. Minusing 6.5 from the 8 inches I have there, it's going to be remaining 1.5. So I'm going to be dividing the 1.5 that I have remaining by 2, which is going to give me 0.75, which is like 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to make a dot there, then and I will rule a line to meet that dot. Then after ruling the line, guys, I'm going to come to the chest line, and I will take the bust measurement divided by 4. Then with the help of the curve ruler, I'm going to make a curve from that point to meet this other point, just like this. You see what we have, guys? After doing this, now I'll come to the back and do the same thing. I will take the center of what I have here, just the way we did for the front, and the back arm side. This is how to measure it. It is 14 inches. I'm going to be dividing the 14 inches by 2 again. I have 7 inches, and if I take 7 inches, I will have 1 inch left. I'm going to be dividing that 1 inch by 2, which is going to be like ½ inch. So I'll make a dot there, and I'll connect from the shoulder to meet that dot, just like this. And after doing that, I'll also come to the chest line here, and I will take the bust measurement divided by 4, just the same way we did for the front. Then I'll create the armhole curve there. So guys, after doing this, now the next step is for me to come to the front piece again, and I'll come to the bust point. You see, guys, this is the bust point. I'll come to the bust point and take the bust pan measurement divided by 2. The bust pan is the nipple to nipple measurement, so divided by 2 here I have 4 inches. So I'm going to mark it, and I'll come down by 1 inch. You see, guys, then I'll come to the waistline and take the same thing, the bust pan measurement divided by 2, and I will connect the dots. Now, guys, after doing this, I'm going to come to the waistline here, and I will take ½ inch on both sides of that line. Then I will connect it to create the dart. After doing that for the front piece, guys, I'm going to come to the back piece and do exactly the same thing. I will be taking it on the chest line here. This is the chest line, this is the chest line. So I'll place my tape on the chest line of the back and take the bust pan measurement divided by 2. I'll come to the waistline and do the same thing. Then I'll come here and come down by 1 inch. Then I will rule the line, and as well I will take ½ inch on both sides of the waist, just like this, and also create the dart. Now, guys, after creating the dart for the back, I'm going to come to this line of the back where the zipper is supposed to be. So I'm going to go in by ½ inch in order for us to eliminate anything like zip bulge or back bulge. So you're just going to go in by ½ inch and hold the line just like this. So guys, after doing this, the next step now will be for me to come to the front piece again, and I will take the body measurement. Initially we have our bust measurement divided by 4 to be here. I'm just going to be adding ½ inch. Then I'll come to the waistline and I will take the waist measurement divided by 4. Then I will measure what I have here, which is 1 inch. The dart, I will add it and I will rule the line. After doing this for the front piece, I'll come to the back piece and do the same thing. On the chest line, I will take the bust measurement divided by 4, which was obviously that point. I will add ½ inch for ease. Then I will come to the waistline. I'm not going to be taking my measurement from that other line. I'm going to be taking it from this new line. You see guys, take the waist measurement divided by 4, add the 1 inch for the dart. And as well, I'm going to be adding this ½ inch that we are going to be cutting off. Then I'm going to connect the dots. Guys, this line here is a little bit looking slopey, but don't worry, it's because of all these darts that we added. So when you, after doing the darts, it's going to be okay. Guys, the next step is for me to create the bust dart. I'm going to come to the bust point, and on this dot that we have here, I'm going to be measuring out 1 inch. After doing that, I will take the difference between the length of the front and the back. You know, the length of the front is 16.5 inches and the back is 15 inches. So the difference is 1.5 inch. I'm going to mark the 1.5 inch here. Then I'll connect it to meet that point. Now guys, after doing this, I'm going to take the midpoint of this 1.5. I'm just going to be dividing this 1.5 by 2, and I'm going to rule it again to meet that line. Just like this guys, just see what I'm doing. So after ruling this line guys, because of these darts that we have here now, when you cut it off, these two pieces are a little bit going to be short. So I'm going to be measuring at ½ inch on this side like this. Then I'm just going to rule a curvy line. Guys, when I rule the line, you're going to see exactly what I did. So I'm just going to rule the line like this. Just give it a little space for the darts when you cut it off. So just do like this guys, so that your fabric won't be short. Now guys, after doing this, when you join it together, it will be perfect. Right now it's time to cut it out. I'm just going to cut out the back and the front piece. So guys, this is what I have after cutting it out. You see the front piece and the back piece, they are both ready. Guys, right now to fold in this dart, you are either going to open this dart line or you create an opening on this shoulder line. So guys, to create that opening, I'm just going to measure what I have on this shoulder line and divide it by 2. I have 5 inches, so divided by 2, I have 2.5, and I'm going to rule the line to meet the bust point. So now for me to close the dart, I'm either going to open the shoulder line I have here, this shoulder line I have here, or I will open this dart line on the waistline. So I decided to open the shoulder line guys. So I'm just going to use my scissors and cut it open like this, and after that I'm going to fold this dart in. You see how I'm doing it guys? You're just going to fold this dart area together like this. Just fold it up like this, and after you are done folding, you are going to use a masking tape to just tape it down just like this guys. After taping it down, you see guys, the dart, we have closed up the bust dart and the opening is on the shoulder line. So guys, you can also decide not to open it from the shoulder line. So I'm going to be opening this waist dart like this in order to actually still close that dart. So I'm just going to close up this shoulder line I opened earlier, and you see that the opening will now be on the waist line. So guys, the tricky thing here is that for you to close a dart, you have to open one dart. For you to close one dart, you have to open another dart. You see guys, so this is it. With this type of dart now, whenever you use this to cut out on fabric, even if you are not going to be sewing a bustier, when you use this to cut out on fabric to want to make a blouse, your blouse will not be flat at the chest area. This dart will actually give it that room for your breast to sit. So now guys, because we have closed that dart that we have on that side, you see the back and the front piece now is now equal. It was longer earlier, now it is equal. So now when you are using this pattern paper to cut on fabric, you are going to add ½ inch to all these sides. So if you are going to be joining this shoulder like this, you add ½ inch to the shoulder. When you come to the side like this, you are going to be adding 1 inch to this side instead of ½ inch, 1 or 1.5, depends on what you feel like. But for the back, if you are going to be putting a zipper, you will add 1 inch for the zipper or 1.5, then you add ½ inch to all the other sides for the joining. So guys, this is how to draft a half scale bodice block. We are going to be using this pattern paper to cut on fabric one day to make a dress. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section, and let me know if you have any question. Thank you guys for watching. See you in our next tutorial. Bye.